that time once again, viewers, when you get to have an opportunity to know more about your police service, the Zimbabwe Republic Police. In this program, we highlight to you what is happening in our police circles and what we are doing as the Zimbabwe Republic Police to create and maintain a crime-free environment. I'm your host, Tendekai Dandarasi, and welcome to Crime Watch. As the rain season starts, it should be noted that driving in wet weather requires one to be very cautious and be alert. Drivers are advised to reduce speed when driving on wet roads to avoid skidding and prevent accidents. We also encourage drivers to abide by traffic laws and regulations. Motorists are advised to report malfunctioning traffic lights to responsible authorities and check their vehicle's wipers, tires and brakes before embarking on any journey. Further, they should be patient and cooperative with the police officers controlling busy road intersections. The 25th of November 2018 marked the beginning of the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. As the Zimbabwe Republic Police, we join the rest of the world in calling for elimination of all forms of violence against women and children. In light of this, the Zimbabwe Republic Police is participating in a regional operation codenamed Wasadi, where we have intensified awareness campaigns to empower women and children so that they are not vulnerable. The operation also seeks to bring to book perpetrators of sexual offenses.
We believe as the Zimbabwe Republic Police that we need to raise awareness regularly, and we do this every day of the year. However, at this particular point in time of the year, we intensify awareness raising activities so that we join the rest of the world in commemorating the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. This year's theme is ending sexual harassment in the world of work, and the government of Zimbabwe has managed to come up with a national theme which is zero tolerance against sexual harassment at the place of work. As the victim-friendly unit, we have got the responsibility to ensure that the workplace is as safe as possible through enforcing various provisions of the law that relates to sexual harassment. Sexual harassment can come in various forms. For example, unwanted sexual advances, even rape, indecent assaults, criminal insults, and so forth. We also have domestic violence, and we are having a problem with this particular offense because so many people are coming forward to report cases of domestic violence. We really want to encourage members of the community to come up with ways to deal with any differences that might have. There are counselors, there are other relatives, or even the police that they can engage before resorting to physical violence. Over and above that, there are also other forms of gender-based violence that are perpetrated in the public sphere. For example, indecent assaults. We have had cases where women and girls are abused in public transport, for example. We want to encourage members of the public to desist from such activities. And of late, we have also been getting gender-based violence that is also perpetrated online. We are also seeing things such as revenge pornography. That is also a form of gender-based violence. Our message really is that we should never share nude pictures with anyone, no matter how strong the relationship is at a particular time. If a person has been sexually harassed, we encourage them to go to the nearest police station and ask for the victim-friendly unit, and then we'll be able to formulate a charge as to what the perpetrator would have done. In that vein, we encourage organizations to come up with sexual harassment policies that will then be able to cover up some of the gaps that we have currently in our own pieces of legislation. We want to encourage women and girls to report these instances either to the police or to other civic organizations, like we indicated earlier on. This is a global thrust, and we have got various stakeholders that are raising awareness against sexual harassment at the workplace.
Police in Chivu have already set the ball rolling in campaigning against gender-based violence.
Varipo vamwe vanhu vanoona sekunge vanasikana chinhu chekungotambisa. Mwanasikana hasi wekungotambisa. Uye varipo vamwe vanasikana vanoda kutamba zvisizo nevanakomana. Ukaona munhu uchirova mudzimai wako kana kuti vadzimai mazuvano vari kukinditsa varume, ukaona uchirova murume wako, ziva kuti pane chakakugara. Ukaita zviri wrong, vaRoma chapter 13 verse 14 verse 4 yataura kuti hokoyo neni.
Such campaigns by the Zimbabwe Republic Police are helping in conscientizing communities on gender-based violence.
Ndinoda kutenda mapurisa nekuya kwaita pachikoro pedu. Chikoro chedu chakasarira tatisina tarisiro kuti vangagone kusvika pachikoro pedu vachitibatsira. Vatidzidzisawo kuti pane makesi akaita sechild abuse, hatifaniri kunyarara kana tichinge taabusiwa, tinofanira kutaura.
Ende ndadzidzo kuti vabereki musaru kana muri kumba nokuti mukarwa zvinozokonzera kuti umwe pakati penyu afe. Ndinongotenda mapurisa nekuya kwaita pano.
Chenjedzo iyoyo tinoona yakakosha kuvana vedu nekuti zvimwe zvacho havazivi kuti vari kuita zvisiri pamutemo, zvimwe zvacho havazivi kuti vari kushungurudzwa. Saka rudzidziso irworwo rwavawana ndinodavira ruchaenda mberi ruchiedza kuti kuparwa kwemhosva nevana kana necommunity zvidzikire kana zviderere.
Also present was the Deputy Minister of Health and Child Care, Honorable Dr. John Mangwiro, who encouraged the community to speak against all forms of gender-based violence.
Nyaya dzekubata vana zvibharo izvi inyaya dzinosirisa, inyaya yekuti tinofanirwa kuti vabereki kumamisha kwatiri tingwarire kuti vana havabatwe chibharo. Tinofanira kuziva kuti vanasikana kana ivo vakomana zvakare havadi kungosiyiwa vari vega kana vachienda kunzvimbo kwavanofamba vega. Uyezve idzo hama dzechirume dzoda kungwarirwawo kuti hatisiyi vana vari vegawo nevanhu vechirumewo vari vega vatisinganyatso kunyange vanoziva kunyange vasingazivi. Ndezvekungwarirwa ivowo vechirume tozvibatauka nekuti vana vedu vazukuru vedu hatingaiti zvinhu zvinonyadza kudaro.
As the Zimbabwe Republic Police, we encourage you to report all forms of gender-based violence, and we assure you that justice will prevail. Stay tuned. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, we're in the second segment of Crime Watch. As the Zimbabwe Republic Police, we are committed to delivering a full measure of our service to the country. Recently, ZRP Harare Province reinvigorated its commitment to save the citizens of Zimbabwe at an event held in Hopley, Harare South.
The ZRP plays a very critical and important role in the maintenance of law and order in the country, but this is possible when we work together. As your police, we seek to understand you, belong to you, and draw our strength from you. Pro League, Pro Patria, and Pro Popular. Crime is a reality, and it requires us all to come together as one people, put our resources together, share information about crime and criminals, expose crimes taking place in our communities, and ensure all criminals are brought to book. As we discharge our duties, we shall remain committed, exhibit utmost dedication, and quickly act on information we get from you clients, at the same time protecting your identity. We also promise and make an undertaking that when you visit our church offices at any police station, we pledge to attend to you within 1 minute of your arrival, at least to hear the purpose of your visit. Our trust as Harare province is to attend to all sins as quickly as possible. We will reduce fear of crime through increased patrols in Harare province. We will increase police visibility during the day and also during the night. The police is ready to hear your concerns as Harare province. We promise that we shall be responsive to the needs and aspirations of the communities that we serve.
Community leaders also play a critical role in addressing crime issues in the society.
Vazhinji kavabvunza kuti mupurisa basa rake nderei, nonzwa vachitaura kuti basa remupurisa nderekusunga vanhu. Hazviziri izvo, basa remupurisa nderekuchengetedza mutemo. Ukaona wosungwa unenge watyora mutemo uri kuchengetedzwa nemapurisa. Hurumende ichitipa vana ivava kuti vauye kuzochengetedza mutemo matinogara, vanoda kuremekedzwa. Nemiwo mapurisa, chiitai hunhu hwekuti mukudzwe pamune muchiita basa renyu. Mukaita vanga makangofanana naivava, panozoshayikwa kuti ari kuchengetedza mutemo naari kutyora mutemo ndeupi.
Mapurisa hanzi ishamwari dzedu, ngatishandei pamwe chete navo. Tanzwa namambo kuti hanzi havasi vekungosunga vanhu asi kuchengetedza mutemo. Toda kukutendai mapurisa edu eZimbabwe Republic Police.
The officer commanding Harare province also took time to appreciate the work being done by the members of the Business Against Crime Forum of Zimbabwe, Crime Consultative Committees, and Neighborhood Watch Committee, who are providing resources such as motor vehicles and bicycles in order to fight crime effectively. Early childhood education on crime can also help our children to become responsible citizens.
Stop! Hello, my friends. Hello, officer. How are you? I am fine. Please, can I see your license? I don't have a license. So why do you drive without a license? I'm that officer. Sorry for what? I'll give you some money. We are arrested. Let's go to the police.
Nastatiri pamutambo wepolice. Ndadzidza panhau yemarights. Tine marights akawanda. Sevana, tine right to education, tine right to live, tine kodzero dzekuwana pekugara pakanaka nechikafu chakanaka. Saka kana waonekwa une matambudziko akadaro, unofanira kufonera pa 116 kana kuenda pane mapurisa ari pedyo pauri. Ndizvo zvandadzidzawo.
And I commend the Harare province for such a initiative, especially coming to this side of Harare, a peri-urban area like Hopley, where much people are not that much educated. So by this awareness, it makes them conscious of the police force and how we're supposed to go.
The development of sites meant for construction of residential stands is good news to many home seekers. However, some criminals are taking advantage of yet to be developed bush areas within these sites to commit offences such as rape, robbery and murder. Kaudri Park in Bulawayo is one such a place.
This place which you are seeing here is this place called S04E05. It's one of our problem areas. That's where most of robbery cases take place, especially during the night. Over the railway line, there is Choppies shopping center. And just nearby this side, there is a new location in Kaudri Park. Again, this is the drop-off point. Yesitimela siya drop abantu la. Abanye bayagada lesitimela futhi kona la ebusuku. So ama robbers they know isikhathi sesitimela ukuthi abantu bagada isikhathi bani plus bayehla isikhathi bani. So they lay in wait for those people who have dropped the train here going to Cowdrey Park. We are now at a place called S04E05 in Cowdrey Park. This S04E05 area is one of our problem areas. Cowdrey Park is a new location without electricity. So a lot of criminals come and stay in this place. They prefer to come and rent these houses for as little as $15, $20. There's no electricity. Women, they go in this bush fetching for firewood. Criminals, they take advantage of that, and they follow the women in this bush and rape them. So this is one of our problem areas in Cowdrey Park. The challenge is that there's no electricity.
Police are intensifying foot and motorized patrols to curb criminal activities in these areas. At the same time, we also urge you to avoid walking alone in secluded places, especially during the night. Fighting drug abuse is among the top priorities of the Zimbabwe Republic Police. The organization will not rest until all offenders are apprehended.
Police Dombotombo received information to the effect that one Blessing Utete, who resides in Ruare Park in Marondera, was cultivating dhaa at his backyard. And when they arrived at the scene, they interviewed the wife to the suspect. We indicated to them that the plants of dhaa belonged to her husband, who had fled to Harare. Police uprooted 64 plants of the dhaa with an average height of about 1.5 meters each. They went on to follow up the suspect in Harare, where they arrested him. We would like to commend members of the public for feeding us with such positive tip-offs, and we assure you that whenever we get information, we will swiftly react to such information, so much that we get rid of whatever nefarious activities that may be occurring in our communities. Let me take this opportunity to warn members of the public who may be in the habit of processing, dealing in drugs, or either abusing drugs, that the long arm of the law will catch up with you.
Unregistered motor vehicles, commonly known as mushikashika, may seem convenient, but they are risky and illegal. Several travelers have fallen prey to these criminals, resulting in murder, kidnapping, as well as loss of valuables.
A few weeks ago, I got into a taxi in town. It was around 11 a.m. I wanted to do some errands. Then he took me where I needed to go. After the first stop that we made, he diverted the route. I started panicking. When I asked him what was going on, all he said was, I'm going to kill you today. I want everything that you have, your money, your handbag. I told him I didn't have anything at the time. I think that was the biggest mistake, because he got more angry. He then took out a bottle of pepper spray and sprayed into my eyes. It made me hysterical because I couldn't see. And then he had a knife on him. He then put the knife on my arm, on my neck, and he kept threatening to kill me. And he started beating me up. After beating me up, he dragged me out of the car, and I then decided to pretend to be dead. Because if I hadn't done that, that was obviously his main MO. He then took soil, and he was stuffing it in my nose and my mouth. Whether it was a way to suffocate me, I'm not sure. And he left me. I managed to just get up and start running for my life. I then got to a company called Connect Zimbabwe. They were very helpful. Then they took me to the police station, and at Milton Park, the police officers were very helpful. I'd really like to urge anyone who's using public transport that if you have a specific taxi driver that you use, keep using him. When you're under attack, do not resist them, because they will hurt you whether you give in or you don't.
The reason why I drove to this area is like Belvedere has some secluded areas and clauses which are now being used by the criminals to rob members of the public. This is not the lone case in the history of cases that we receive at Belvedere. We have had similar cases where people are being robbed here. So I would like to urge the members of the public, particularly those who are boarding vehicles to far places or within, to use registered taxis. Such vehicles like Wish Fits are now being used by the criminals to rob the nation of their valuable properties.
Crimes in the region usually take similar trends. This has prompted the Southern African Regional Police Chiefs Cooperation Organization, SAPCO, to hold a curriculum review workshop hosted by Zimbabwe.
If you look at society and the criminality, things evolve every day. There are new issues that come up, new challenges that the police has to address in society. So we thought that us as the training subcommittee, and being the committee that actually advises the police chiefs in terms of training, skills and knowledge development, we thought, no, we need to sit down and come up with a standardized way of looking at our training needs. Something that is systematic, so that we then come up with an informed calendar, informed by the situation on the ground in our respective member states. That will then inform what kind of training do we need.
The enthusiasm and dedication shown by participants has demonstrated commitment. Therefore, a quality guideline document and tools crafted will serve purpose for SAPCO training. South Africa and other member states would like to express its gratitude and sincere appreciation to Zimbabwe Republic of Police for the invite and hospitality displayed. We recommend future partnership and coalition. Totenda.
We are mingling with experts from other countries such as South Africa, Mauritius, Zambia and DRC, and we are in a better position to share common practices within the region, and this will assist us as detectives when we do those joint operations. It will map us in tandem with other detectives from the region.
After the workshop, we are going to be experts in the identification of training deficiencies, and then we come up with the relevant training material which addresses the deficiencies noted in the organization.
The Zimbabwe Republic Police uses sport as a platform to mix and mingle with communities. This has also seen police officers excelling in many sporting disciplines. Defending Zone 6 volleyball gold medalists and Zimbabwe Volleyball Association reigning champions, Support Unit Volleyball Club were recently sent off for the 2018 Confederation of African Volleyball Zone 6 Club Championships to be held in Durban, South Africa.
We are expecting to meet 21 teams from 8 different countries, and we are aiming at defending our trophy. We are going to represent the organization, we are going to represent Zimbabwe, and we are optimistic that we are going to defend this trophy.
For far too long, silence and stigma have allowed violence against women and children to escalate. However, it is now time for us to speak out and fight against gender-based violence from home to the workplace. From me, Tendekai Dandarasi, and the crew behind the scenes, we say, report all cases of gender-based violence. Until we meet again next time, pleasant viewing.